What's going on, guys? This is Matt Kowals from Sports Memo and WagerTalk, back with another NBA breakdown. In this spot, we're going to be focusing on the Utah Jazz traveling on the road to face off against the Los Angeles Lakers. This is a -7.5 spread for the Los Angeles Lakers. As for the total, that is 237.5. And as for the money, 87% is on the Lakers and 13% going to that of the Utah Jazz. And I have two plays for us in this spot. But before I do, we have a special deal for you going on over at WagerTalk that you need to take advantage of. Because over at WagerTalk, we would love to wish you and your family a happy and safe Thanksgiving. What comes to mind when you think of Thanksgiving? Turkey, pumpkin pie, football, and the annual WagerTalk once a year $69 7-day all-access pass. This includes all sports for any handicapper of your choosing, and that is less than $10 a day. So something definitely you want to take advantage of. Someone like myself, I do NFL and NBA. I'm number 2 in overall profit for the NBA over at Sports Memo, and hoping after today, I will be number 1. So with that being said, let's break it down because I do like a spread in this spot. And I'm actually going with the public here. I do like the Lakers and the -7.5 because when you look at this Utah Jazz team, they've had 6 games on the road this season and have lost 5 of those 6 matchups. In addition to that, when covering this -7.5 spread on the road, they are also 1-5 in covering the spread. So when the Jazz go on the road and they lose, they tend to get blown out. They played on Sunday. They were in overtime against the Phoenix Suns as well, a game in which they lost at home. So for me, I think they could have a little bit of tired legs coming into this matchup as well, and they just don't stylistically match up all that well with the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, this is a very young Utah Jazz team, and one thing I will say is if you've watched Jordan Clarkson play basketball, he's had over 22 points in 5 straight games, which in my personal opinion means he is due for a stinker. Jordan Clarkson is one of the more inconsistent players throughout the NBA. He'll have 3 good games in a row, and then he'll go out and give you 4 or 5 points. If this is one of those outings where he gives you 4 or 5 points, this Jazz team has no chance in covering the spread. They have no chance in winning this game. And I think Jordan Clarkson is getting to that point where he's due for one of those absolute stinkers. You know, this is a Jazz team that is 29th overall in defensive efficiency, so not very good. And, you know, LeBron James is playing some of the best basketball of his career at this point in time. He seems like he's on a mission. He's well rested now. He's got a couple days rest in between games. So I think he can just pick up right where he left off. And then this is one of those games where it's against a Jazz team where this matches up very well for LeBron. He loves to get out and run. He loves to get a rebound, head up court as fast as humanly possible. They're smaller inside in terms of the big men because Walker Kessler is still out, so it's going to be John Collins and Lauri Markkanen. So it's still a spot where LeBron is going to be able to attack the basket. He's going to be able to make plays. He's going to be able to get his teammates involved. Someone like D'Angelo Russell is coming off a 4-point game. You don't want to be that team after when D'Angelo Russell is coming off a 4-point game. So I think he's going to be more involved, can get 10 to 15 points in this spot. And then Anthony Davis, once again, it's tough breaking down Anthony Davis because you never know what that guy is going to do. You know, one night he's going to look like one of the greatest power forwards all time, and one time he's going to just look like soft as shit. So it's tough to say with this guy, but he does have an ideal matchup as usual against Lauri Markkanen or against John Collins. So I think he's worth taking a look at, and he's going to defend this rim pretty well. You know, I like that guy, Keontae George. His assist line is 6.5 right now. I actually do like the over there. Not an official play, but definitely something I checked out. The actual other player prop that I do like in this spot, it's LeBron James. LeBron James, points, rebounds, assists, over 40.5 here. I think he's going to be very involved. I think he's going to be the facilitator. I think we're going to see a lot of him getting the rebound, heading right up court and either attacking the basket or finding his teammates at those corners. You know, so I think LeBron is going to have another very big game, and we actually might see him getting more of those rebounds in this spot than Anthony Davis. I still think Anthony Davis goes over 10, but I think LeBron is right there with him. You know, and I like how they're staggering when they're on the court together as well. So LeBron can be featured, and then in some cases, AD can be featured. But for me, once again, I think it's LeBron. LeBron's going to have a big game here, 40.5 points, rebounds, assists. So the 2 plays that I got here are going to be the Los Angeles Lakers minus the 7.5. Just think the Jazz are too young. They're not as well rested. They're a terrible team on the road, 1-5 overall, 1-5 against the spread. And I think Jordan Clarkson is due for a stinker. You know, his line is 22.5. I would personally go under on that one. I just think he's due. He's one of the more inconsistent players that I've watched. And LeBron and this Lakers team, I think they might be finding their groove. At the very least, LeBron is. So I think LeBron can get this team to cover this -7.5 point spread, also cover that 40.5 points, rebounds, assist line. I am Matt Kowals from Sports Memo and WagerTalk. Check me out at Twitter, MoneylineMatt8. I do picks, plays, same game parlays all over the place. Make sure to check out the other breakdown with the Indiana Pacers and the Atlanta Hawks. That's a really good one. Got a bunch of plays on there. So again, guys, Matt Kowals, I'm out. Peace. Good luck today.